humid in Texas. Well, at least in Fort Worth. I just completed a job here in Fort Worth, Texas. And, you know, this is great. I was talking to the guy inside, and he's a social media expert. So the owner of the job that I just did, after I went to go charge him $300 for his cardboard, he told me he does social media for a living. And I was like, oh, okay. He goes, yeah, well, I'm self-proclaimed expert. He was kind of cocky, but kind of cool about it. You know, like you want to be his friend because he's cocky, I guess. And we're just sitting there talking, right? And he says, yeah, there's so many people out in this industry right now that just put all their eggs in one basket. And that's not what you can do. And I said, wow, okay, come on, keep on talking now. I didn't tell him what I do and who I am. I didn't tell him anything like that. I didn't tell him the number of videos I have. I didn't tell him all the subscribers I have on YouTube or Instagram, or I didn't even tell him about the TikTok and how many videos have gone viral, over 5 million, right? I didn't tell him any of that. All I told him was I was a junk removal business, and he kind of doesn't know that I use all the social media sites. And he was telling me, yeah, so there's a restaurant that he represents, that he does social media for, here off of, actually this street coming up, College Street, near the campus of Texas Christian University, which y'all would call TCU. And he was telling me that it's a Mexican restaurant. They just started doing Instagram, and that's all they do is Instagram. And I told him, I said, well, what's going on? He goes, well, they have a daughter, and she's a big old Instagram person, and she's doing, you know, just food, about their tacos, about the caldo, about their tostadas and tortas and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. He goes, but she's not open to the fact to do all social media sites. She's just stuck on Instagram. And I'm like, so why is that? She goes, well, when she started Instagram, he told me that when she started Instagram, she had a really quick hit of like 6 months. They were just doing Instagram, and she was very successful in Instagram. But lately, it has slowed down so bad that she called somebody to help her out. And this is this guy. And the guy's saying, ma'am, and he, by the way, he just started new with this company, right? The Mexican restaurant that I don't want to name. But he told me that they just started the social media for him, and she refuses to just use anything else. And he's saying, ma'am, I'm not sure if I can take you on as a client if you're not open to the possibilities of doing all social media. For instance, Facebook, TikTok, and the big one, YouTube, and YouTube Shorts. I told the guy, well, listen, I'm going to tell you who I am. I'm Ricardo. I'm with the Junk Guys. I own junkguysdfw. He goes, oh my God, dude, you're on the YouTube channel. And I said, yeah, that's me. And he's like, I've seen your videos. You know, that's funny. He told me this, that his instructional class in college, they showed my videos about a local guy who only gets business off of YouTube and using social media to an advantage. And I was blown away by this. He goes, dude, yes, we saw your videos. I mean, the professor shows 5 or 6 videos and they showed yours. And I was just, what? Blown away by it. So I was kind of surprised by it, but it was actually flattering to me. I'm going to get to the gist of this story because that's really what I wanted to cover. Never put all your eggs in one basket. If you're good at TikTok and you're blowing up in TikTok, you're good. You're establishing yourself in TikTok. At what point are you going to move to the big boys? TikTok is not the biggest one. Instagram and Facebook is not the biggest one. It's YouTube. And you're saying, no, Facebook's bigger. Well, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to use common sense. This is called common sense. Now, keep your eyes open because we always talk about common sense, right? Here's the fact, is that 90% of the world searches on a search engine called Google. You Google everything. You Google directions to the restaurant. You Google what time the movie starts. You Google what time the festival starts. You Google mileage to your girlfriend's house, your boyfriend's house. You Google everything. And when you want a review, you use Google reviews. You use everything for Google. Google owns YouTube. Google's biggest adversary in this business is Facebook. Google and YouTube find Facebook as an enemy. They don't like Facebook. That's why you don't see a lot of searches, very, very minute amount of searches on the top of Google that have Facebook links. Think about what I just said. Facebook's biggest enemy is Google and YouTube. They don't like each other. And with that, you have another company called TikTok, which is the fastest growing, social media app in the world right now. But they'll never reach the amount of videos that YouTube has. And YouTube is owned by Google. So here we go. And I'm just going to go out on the limb. I'm going to use common sense. Do you think that Google favors YouTube, since they own it, more than they favor TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook? Because Facebook owns Instagram. What do y'all think? I'll let you answer that yourself. Okay? Why do you think... Oh, I hate you, Honario. Too shorts. Because they... And their biggest adversary, the biggest company that they've rivaled against is Facebook, and Facebook owns Instagram. So, if you want to, go out there and boost your Facebook posts, boost your Instagram posts, and I'll just keep on doing these videos and let the phone ring. For you to tell me, I've been doing this 18 years in Junkable, for you to tell me that all your business comes from Facebook and Instagram and you don't spend any money in those two companies and it's all organic, for you to tell me that, it is a slap in the face in the ignorance and stupidity that you think I have. Period, flat. All your business is not coming from Instagram organic or Facebook organic. Possible. It just doesn't work that way. I'm sorry, you can post all day on Facebook. The only jobs I get from Facebook are from my high school friends. Period. Flat. That's it. My friends always hire me. They're always hiring me. Hey, Ricardo, you still doing? Yeah, I'm still doing it. Whatever. And that's the truth, guys. That is the honest truth. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'll let you make the decision. Who Google favors? Is it going to be Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, who they own, or TikTok? They are enemies of TikTok and Facebook, and I'll leave it to you, and you decide where you want to post, okay, guys? I'll see you later. Have a wonderful Saturday. Me and my wife last night went to Kid Rock's PBR. That's the rodeo. It was pretty cool. It was actually pretty cool. Kid Rock's about 54 years old. He was jamming out like he's a teenager last night. And I don't know any Kid Rock songs, but man, he had some good ones. So I will talk to y'all later, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hey, whoa, hold on. Honario says something. He says, every time someone asks for junk removal on Facebook, about 900 people reply, it's crazy. See y'all later, guys. Have a good one.